Hi, it's the Carter Man, the host of Coffee with the Carter Man, America's #1 political activist podcast. And I want to take just a few minutes, if I may, to talk with you about the man I consider the most evil person on the face of the earth right now. Now, that's saying something. That's saying something. I was going to say in the United States, but quite frankly, he goes beyond that. And there's just no end to his villainy. There's no end to. He is a true. Let me put it this way: if you Google sociopath, his picture ought to come up. Okay, his picture ought to come up, and you'd say, "Oh yeah, now I understand what a sociopath is." If you know anything about him, and I'm referring, of course, to Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey. Now, I'll try and keep this short, but there's so much to say. There's so much to say. You may remember Phil from back during the government's COVID extravaganza, when Phil became probably the most fascistic governor in America. And again, that's saying something. Asked about when he was restricting everybody's movements, every thought you could have in New Jersey. And somebody asked him, well, what about the Constitution? And his response was, I did not give the Constitution a second thought. Hitler must have rose up from his grave and gave the fascist salute. Way to go, Phil. Way to go. Way to go, Phil. Now, Phil, who just eases slime and smarminess. Watch him. Just watch him. Oh, and who, by the way, got elected by 3 votes or something after he drugged the vote. He was defeated by 20,000. Then he drugged the vote count out a few days. Don't quite have all the votes in yet. Haven't counted them all until he won the New Jersey governor election several years ago. That's the kind of guy we're dealing with. They could count all the votes in the vast Russia, nation of Russia in one day. They could count all the votes in the underprivileged, impoverished Honduras in one day, but not in New Jersey, not with Phil counting the votes, wink, wink. That's the kind of guy we're dealing with. And now we have the latest from him. He announced very smugly, he's always smug, to an interviewer that, well, my wife and I are keeping an illegal alien in our attic at the house. And if they want to get that one, good luck to them. Okay, first of all, Phil, you need to check out Title 8, Section 1325. Harboring an illegal alien is against the law. In fact, I think it's a felony. Okay? You might want to think about that. But so in terms of arresting the SOB, that's no problem. And Holman's made it clear he's going after him. Our head of ICE now. And Phil's kind of backtracking. Too late, Phil. You already admitted you committed the crime. You can take that illegal alien and toss him out on the sidewalk. Now, you already admitted you and Wifey Poo committed the crime. You harbored an illegal alien above your garage, as you put it. But here is Tom Holman's real problem. Tom, you got to figure out which of Phil Murphy's mansions he harbored the illegal alien in. Is it this one? The official governor's residence there in New Jersey, almost as big as the White House, by the way. Almost, not quite, but almost. I think like 23 rooms. So I don't even see the garage. So it's somewhere on the grounds there, Phil. So it might be there. By the way, Phil's gubernatorial mansion has a fence around it to keep we illegal aliens off his grounds. Lo and behold. But there's a problem, Tom. As I said, Phil might be at the Shore Island Governor's Mansion Resort. I'm not making this up, folks. Multi-million-dollar beachfront resort. I think that's the garage there. There, okay. On that one, you can see the garage. So he might be at that multi-million-dollar mansion. What the hell? However, Phil might say, well, but I actually stay in my private residence. Well, in that case, he's at this multi-million-dollar mansion. Okay? I think the garage is somewhere on the other side of the tennis courts there, and whatever the hell that is attached to them. So Phil might be harboring his illegal alien in the attic at that mansion Phil has. There's no end to this. Those elitists really like to live well, don't they? But here's the real problem, Tom. Phil might not be at any one of those three mansions with his illegal alien that he is illegally harboring. He might be in this one. That's Phil's mansion, multi-million-dollar mansion in Umbria, Italy. Italia. He might be there, Tom, with his, I'm sure he left the illegal alien home, though, but that's his mansion he stays in Italy when he goes to. Maybe that's the garage there. I don't know. Do you see the absurdity of it? No wonder he doesn't give a damn about the rest of us. He is the ultimate elitist sociopath who shreds the Constitution and then breaks the law just whenever he gets the urge, because I'm so damn cool. Well, no, you're not. No, you're not. Mr. Holman, arrest his butt and stick him in jail and stick his wife in jail as well. And by the way, a little message to Phil, be a little careful when you get in jail, because you corrupted the election. I'm sure you've ripped off the people in New Jersey, which means some of your inmates are going to be fellow New Jerseyites. Maybe you can get in there and have lunch with Melendez, your old buddy, Democrat buddy there who was in the Senate, is now in jail for 11 years. But be careful, Phil, because some of those New Jerseyites in there with you might not like the fact that you corrupted the election and violated the Constitution and protect other criminals and not them. And they actually figured out ways to make shivs out of mattress springs. So, Phil, your smarm probably is not going to work too well there in your cell. You know, let me close on this. The fact of the matter is, no governor in America should have mansions like that he lives in while he's governor. Here should be the rule of thumb. You live in a home. If you want to be governor of this state, you live in the average home of a person in this state. And by the way, you should also get the average salary. You want to represent us, you live like us. Not in one of those 1, 2, 3, 4 mansions all over the world. That's the kind of politicians we're dealing with in America today. I say enough. I think you would too. Let's get out there. Let's fight these sociopaths tooth and nail, starting with Phil, Horchol up in New York, Newsom out in California, DeWine, Pritchard, all of them. Let's get rid of them. Let's do this thing, all right? Let's do this thing.